There's not much supply, and so demand is still there, and there's no inventory to speak of. So, I mean, it's such a change. Yeah. I mean, how are realtors grappling with it?
Well, it's not very well in some markets, but I think take a step back. From a historic standpoint, interest rates are not out of control. I bought my first home in 1981, and it was literally 18.3% or something. But we had a lot to choose from at the time, and that's the big differential. So the Fed's intended purpose to fight inflation by raising the rates at the rate that they have been has had its intended effect. It's dampened demand, but this market's still dominated by a supply problem. And so when you look at different incentive programs, whether they're low-income tax credits or other financing mechanisms, you're still stimulating the demand side, but I still think in this market, the problem is the supply side. And we talked a lot this morning about things we could do to address that, but I think it's important to realize that it is something that we need to kind of incentivize from a regulatory reform standpoint, but it's not just the workforce housing that we focused on today. The housing economy is truly a ladder that you need to feed at all levels. There has to be adequate entry level at a certain price point, moderate level, and an expensive home, because that churning, I think, that Brad talked about is something that makes that market work. And a deficiency in supply at any one of those, it locks people in at where they are. And without that churning, you don't have a vital housing economy.
Right. I think what Mike was getting to, and I don't want to interpret Mike, you'll get to interpret my interpretation, but I mean, it's like our expectation of the starter home is way out of whack. I mean, it's like, are you kidding me? I mean, what people are thinking they're going to start at is like, well, no, you should, but they can't find what they want to, they can't find the thing that even that used to be the starter home.
Right, and that's what makes this market so unique. So people I represent, when they take somebody out to show them properties, say they're showing buyers properties, and they get outbid time and time and time again with cash offers that are just off the charts from what the listing price is of that home, pretty soon the consumer's going to say, I don't think my realtor's very good, because they're getting outbid. So what you have is you have buyers way overqualified for houses that, that they watch the, makeover shows on TV and think in 1 hour with enough money they can renovate a dilapidated home into this beautiful, but actually the marketplace is doing that because there's just nothing out there. And so it really has this adverse effect on certainly portions of our population, and that's a problem. Yeah. It's a distorted market in that sense. Okay.